So shalom, shalom. So today, Abba's he was telling me why he has chosen me to do what I do. And why also that when I was in management in the corporate field, I managed restaurants, and they used to send me to the the problem restaurants. And he says, "You're willing to be the Messiah." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He says, "Well, you're willing to do the least of the jobs. You're willing to bust the tables if they need a buster. You're nearly you know, unplug the toilet if that's needed. You don't put yourself at a high place and think that you're above all these things. It all works under you, and you have to be willing to be the bad cog too." In this wheel in order to make it work. And so what he's telling me, and so what they used to send me to the problem stores, like I said, and I would find solutions to make it run more smoothly. And each restaurant I went to, I was a different type of manager. It was, there was other managers there as well, but each one I was a different manager. I used to try to get rid of the evil and fire them all. And place after place, I would do this. I would fix it. It would somewhat fix that way, but then I would find that now somebody took their place. And I'm like, what's going on here? I just got rid of the liar or the cheat and the this and the that. And something would come and fill its place. And I started to realize that it was supposed to be that way. It's all energy and frequency. And that's why it takes a dozen, you see. It's a dozen that have different frequencies, a dozen energies, a dozen even, it's like gifts. And so I started to realize that, okay, I just have to work with them. I have to see what, and then I started to realize they have a purpose. They actually have a purpose. It all has a purpose. That's what this is all here. What opportunities would that give for the children of light to shine without there being darkness there too? That's what it's here for. Are you willing to let your light shine and let him shine through, or are you going to hide it under a bushel too? Are you going to hide your talent? Are you not going to offer it to him? Well, I'm telling you right now is what he's been telling me is he's going to be taking it from them. He's going to be taking the talents back and giving it to people that will use them. So far, he's been telling me to do that. I pray for that at times. Say, give it to my Mashiach, the one that has come to do the things nobody else wants to do. So what is happening now is it's all energy, and it all has to flow, and it all has to be in their rightful places. But lately, the evil energy has been running, and it's been black crude oil and mammon that the world is serving. And now the test is, are you willing to fight for God's kingdom? Or are you going to be afraid and work for the mammon and the kingdom that is the Babylonian kingdom? And that's what's fearing people into taking the vaccines and doing these things. And they're losing their souls for it too. They're going to be literally uploaded into a computer and want to die and won't be able to. They're going to be feeling things in their bodies that they were never supposed to. But actually, all in the end was a plan from the Father. And the truth being told, all the evil in this world that has been trying to own us and manipulate us, make us sick and all those things, we can, through the laws of Yah, bring it back upon them. So now, guess what? Those that wanted to own me, I get to own them, you see. If the higher in the fire that you are, the more authority you have too. And that authority gives you a right to do what you do. I have a right to bring the blessing and the curse. It's what he gave me to do. I didn't want it. I thought it was evil just like you. But guess what? Now, I have to follow through. I have to let him flow. I won't let him go. He lives in me, and I live in him. And we are one. And I'm here to express the Father's heart and to show you how to become one with him too. I was just prophesied to be the first one up the mountain. But there are many. It says many Mashiachs in Obadiah. It's in plural. That's the 144,000 that are literally going to be housing the king inside of them. Each a portion of him, a frequency that brings light down, you see, a different portion of him. So it's like the creme de la creme of all the tribes. Zion, you see, I'm supposed to find them and anoint them too. He gave me the seal. He gave me the seal to do this thing. I kind of figured I was crazy when I was receiving these things. I'm like, it can't be me to do those things. But sure enough, he never lies to me. So now, if this looks like I'm lifting myself up, I'm trying to lift him up. I want his heart to be heard in the world. And I couldn't even look at my old stuff. I couldn't find the things of videos out there. I don't have the patience to. But guess what my enemy did? And because of him, now Stone, being the Messiah he is for me, became an editor and edited it and made a beautiful video that we're supposed to do so we could show you that what God says is true. It's happening now. It's judgment time. And his judges, that's why in 2016 he had me curse Dan, the tribe of Dan, to become under our feet. And it had to do with the false judges of the earth that led the world astray. And now, and it was to expose the Catholic Church, to expose the Babylonian system. It was to expose all these things. And since 2016, months after Trump got into office, and I had no idea what would be happening as an awakening happening and people learning the truth as it should be. But I have a right to bring judgment, even upon Trump, and I did. I was there supporting him. But the Father had another thing. But it was all supposed to be, because in the end he wants him to do a bigger thing. That's what the great thing is with him. Everything works together as one. So what I'm saying today, or trying to say, be the Messiah in every way. Find somebody that you can serve as the Mashiach in your life, and serve that person. And you will watch the kingdom come down. That's why it says 2 or more are gathered in my name, there I'll be. That's everything. And those 2 that are gathered in his name literally become Moshe and Eliyahu, the Spirit and truth. We're all just avatars. You can play whoever you want to play. That you can have the demons play you, the spirits, the jinn too. Or you can have the host of heaven live through you. That's what I get to do. I literally have the whole host living inside of me, because I have the Mashiach in me. It's not me, but he lives in me, you see. That was the marriage taking place, and now I get to have intimacy. It's a beautiful thing in the spirit realm, what is happening. But now I get to witness as he brings me. He works through people all over the world. You see, the Messiah is love. The Mashiach is love. And when you have love inside of you, you have the Mashiach too. And so when there's 2 or more gathered in his name, you can have him in between. And it's, like he says, closer than a brother. All these things, It's something transcendent of physical things. And it's beautiful because, it's brotherly love and connection that everybody's searching for. So right now I'm supposed to find the stones that go together and build this temple and seal them too. The 144,000 are gathering. They're the elect. They can't be fooled. And he brings you to me, actually, so I can test your hearts. I've been doing this for years, and I never know what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. All I know is what I feel. And so when I let go and let him flow, he says all kinds of things through me. And but that's how it's supposed to be. And sure, the world hates me now because I let him flow through it. But that was the promise too, wasn't it? The Mashiach says, when you follow me, they're going to hate you because they first hated me too. And the truth is, all of you hate him in me. Even my spouse. At times, when he flows through. It's like, who do you think you are? I'm like, I know, right? But it's him. It's him in me. I even told her one day it was gonna look like I was turning into an egomaniac, but don't worry, it's him. And it's true. I do what I do today. Listen to him, even though it's against most of you. Because I love him, and that's why he says you can be the Messiah in that situation, because you're willing to be a servant and do what needs to be done. You're willing to go with nice words and even a stick if you have to. And that's why he gave me the stick of the law. 144 centimeters long. It was to measure the temple and see if their garments, if they're worthy or not. He sends me all over the world to test his people. And let me tell you something. I laugh about this all the time. I tell Stone all the time. His people are like a Jerry Springer show. And all screwed up. Including me. I'm like, I was laughing at who he chooses in this world. It's the broken. But truth being told, he gave me a servant so I can understand how close a servant is to the king. Because, and if the servant gives themselves forever and gets the earring, it's means the servant is servant because he loves to, he wants to. And that's what it's all about. The king, it's all about him. It's all a test. See, it's, every Shemitah is supposed to be freedom for the servants. You can get your freedom and go. But those that want to stay will be blessed with knowing the king better than even the sons do. Because they want to, we want to. And that's what I do to him. And he shows me. And so because I do that for him, now he's bringing me, he brought me stone that would do all the things that I need done that nobody else wants to do. He does them. Willingly, quickly. Why? Well, I believe it's because I have another side of what it's the oil part. See, we're two different candlesticks. One has dark oil, one has light oil. And one defines the other. And so that's why he says two or more are gathered. It's love, it's brotherly love that comes in between. It's literally the mercy seat that he comes, the third pillar that comes in. So what I'm trying to say again, be the Mashiach to somebody. Be the Mashiach every day. Yesterday he sent me somebody in a brand new car to ask for money, and had a family. And to bless her. And I did. But he knew where he was sending her to. A lot of people would say, no way. You've got a brand new car too? Well, I understand the Father's kingdom. And anyway, he takes care of his children by his children. And that's what we're here to do. We're supposed to offer our gifts for free to him. And he takes care of everything. We're literally going to have a card, and that's what all these systems are, and what we think are evil and all this. Yes, they are, but they're creating systems for God's kingdom in the end to take. So don't worry about it. All those people that are against you now, they'll be feeding you in the future. You see, he's taking the head, the tail, and the tail of the head, and he's doing it by us having power in the spirit realms. I have a right to speak what he tells me to say. I have a right that way. He gave it to me. So I do what he tells me to do, and because I love him. I'm his servant. I'm willing to look that way. I'm willing to look crazy if I have to, just because I love him. So I live by faith now and go, schedules and all kinds of things. It's every single appointment, every single thing I do is about him. I'm going to doctor's appointments it's for bringing judgments now. I'm going back to the same doctor I went to before that just did an x-ray on my feet and said there's really not much wrong with them. And I said, well, it doesn't show on the x-rays. You need an MRI. And he's like, yeah, I don't see anything to call that. And we just had MRIs, and I've got so many things going wrong on both feet. Tears and rips and missing tendons and things. I mean, all kinds of things, evidence of Baxter's neuropathy, all kinds of things. And I get to bring judgments on these people. He's a Jew too, if I remember right. But he made me angry last time, so I don't know. Now I'm back at his door again. So let's see what he has to do. But I'm in pain and suffering. And because I don't look like it, most of you judge me. And then guess what? It was supposed to be that way, so that way I have a right to judge you. You see? It's all about judgments coming. It's all about light and exposure. I get to expose the garments that are in you. And that's what I'm supposed to do. Anyway, bless you guys. Be the Mashiach wherever you can, because that's how he's going to flow. And those that offer their gifts to the kingdom, to Beth Kavod, to his temple, to Barter Kingdom, which he tells me is going to end up being his temple. The 144,000 are going to come out of that. He says this new money system has to do with his DNA. Well, his DNA is programming, it's frequency, it's the life that's in the blood. But it's the life and the program in each one of us being like a gene pool. We're a vine, extensions of him. Our bloodlines are. And we're just being exposed for who we are. But it's literally portions of him. Make a left here. It's literally portions of him. That's what we are. We are Elohim. When I first heard that, I thought I was blaspheming. But now I understand better. We were made in his image. I was. And so were you too. Might have been a negative image, but now is the time to see from the positive too. Anyway. Praise Yah, we're here for judgments. My feet hurt like I'll get out. They used to be the first thing that hurted me, and then it went all the way up my spine and head and everywhere, and now it's back down to my feet again. Right and right. Anyway, bless you guys. Shalom, shalom. May the Mashiach live in you and love you and do what love does. And there's a kingdom of justice. Love doesn't sit back. It's back there somewhere. Love doesn't sit back and allow evil to just go on, because it hurts the Father's heart, and I can't let it go on. So I will fight for the right and justice of his children, and that's what I do. Shalom, shalom. I love you. Bye-bye.